Hi, happy Sunday. I just wanted to make a quick video. I've tried earlier and I felt this funny pressure come over me, and then I was sick, and it felt all in the head and the nose, nasally, like pins and needles somehow, and just this pressure. And I've not been able to upload the video that I made, so it's been very interesting, and I'm going to be pondering on this a little bit more. But I just wanted to quickly get one out there. I think it's about 2:45 or something. I've left everything to the last minute again, and I've got to go shopping now, which I really don't like. But anyway, be quick. So I've got to be quick. Yeah, it's just been interesting, this sort of feel of pressure and how I was sick, and identifying if it was what I was speaking about before. So, and like I said, I've not been able to upload any of my other videos, which is really weird. So I'm going to try and talk about what I was talking about, in the other one. And it was nothing really, it was just a little bit of personal growth. And it was, again, how I'm sort of addressing triggers. And it was just a quick story. That last night my dad FaceTimed me, and the kid's dad had the kids, so I was sort of like snuggled down reading a book, getting ready to go to sleep. My dad FaceTimes, and I was like, oh, this is novel, pick it up. And he's really drunk, and he's like just in his old ways, and he's got some bee in his bonnet about some bullshit, and he's telling me in this sort of controlling, authoritative way his opinion, and I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with this. And ordinarily, I would have sort of met fire with fire, and whatever stimuli of energy I received, I would project back, I would be this mirror. But I'm starting to feel like the more practiced I get within myself, the more these triggers, not the more they arise, because actually they seem to deplete sometimes, but when they do arise, I'm able to detach myself away from it, so I'm not left with the icky feeling of the energy, the aftermath, there's no sour taste. And so yesterday was just a great example. It was like I was trying to stop him from talking, waving my hand in front of the camera, and I'm like, I'm not bothered, and I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm not aggressive or anything. And I took my water downstairs, bollocks. Anyway, so I just said, I just don't want to hear this. It's my night off from the kids. I'm reading a book, do you want to speak to me when you're not pissed? And that's fine. Love you, bye. Turned it off. And yeah, normally I would have got some protagonistic follow-up text message or attempt at a call, or I don't know, and I don't take it personally. I realise it's just him projecting when he's had a drink. It's the story of my life. I've seen it my whole life. But I have this really funny relationship with my dad where it's more like it's like a mind war sometimes. I was the kid that I would step in when something was over the mark, and he didn't like that about me, and so he gave me the label of daughter of darkness, which I've said before, and really stuck with me in a distasteful way and fueled my distaste of him. But I understand it now, and it's just been this last couple of years where I've been able to understand it because of consciously understanding energies received and expelled more. So, we've had this funny sort of relationship, but everyone always sort of treaded on eggshells around him when he'd had a drink, and I knew how to play the game, but I would also, I would rear up and face him, if I ever had to. And that's happened numerous times throughout my life. And so him or my mum have not drunkenly interfered with my life for about a year now. Maybe it's less, but when I was on social media, it used to be a recurring theme, pissed up, sort of passive-aggressive comments on things, and it was a really horrible dynamic. So I find it quite funny now, like my brother will text and say, fucking hell, have you seen what mum's put on Facebook? And I'm just laughing like, no, I haven't, and I don't even need to let it within me. But I find that because I'm out of the blame game and the finger pointing, it's all a bit more comical and it's not sticking to me, you know, I've got my shield up type of thing. So it was just a little thing that I acknowledged to myself last night. It was like a little win for me. I was like, well done. And I even got an apology text message this morning, so it didn't stick in my consciousness and it didn't sort of ruin anything. It was just like, well done, you know. And just to actually have no aftermath of the energy was really great. I'm still sort of pondering this throwing up, if I'm honest with you. This sort of pressure, I can still feel it now. It feels very heady, as if, you know, like when you go up on a plane, a certain sort of, you get that certain sort of pressure. Oof. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And I've been reminded to keep my humour again, and, you know, even laughing about throwing up there, and I'm going to have a real sort of ponder on this and try and connect it to any of the other things that I was rambling on about just then. But it's super duper interesting for me, that, and things have been a little bit trippy and it's been much harder to sort of centre myself. And I'm going to attach a Terence McKenna piece down below called Trust Yourself. And it's just a short snippet of one of his lectures coupled with some nice music in the background. And whenever I listen to this, I'm just like, yeah, you know. So it really helps me cut a lot of the bullshit, and I just resonate with old McKenna a lot. And I've found some other great, creative, amazing channels, and their authenticity and uniqueness has really inspired me in a way. I want to keep sharing, and I want to try and be more raw and more authentic and more personal. And maybe I'm going to be throwing up, you know, while I'm attempting to do this. Maybe that's what it was, you know, some sort of blockage within the throat chakra. I don't know, but, you know, because I'm like so cynical and I question everything, I'm always thinking it must more to be to do with the emotions attached to the thoughts that I was speaking, you know, as opposed to a collective shift. But, you know, who knows? So I thought I'd record this anyway because it's just interesting. I've not felt this pressure of frequency for a while, and my ear was ringing a little bit yesterday as well. And a couple of strange things as well, but I'm not really going to go into them all. One funny thing that I liked was, because I've been trying to focus on this impish energy, this sort of, you know, this young, innocent cheekiness that I've always tried to hold on to. And I like to laugh about certain things. I've said before, I've got a dirty sense of humour, like, and I do have quite a laugh to myself with myself. But I like to find things that bring the vibe up in that way as well. And I found a channel last night with this lady on, and she was just so funny, and just her authenticness was just brilliant, and it was so funny, and yeah, it really perked me up. And it was a spiritual type of chat as well, you know. She's on her own ascension journey, so I felt the wisdom, but what I really tuned into was her similar nature of the jester that she was sort of embodying in this piece that I'll put down below as well. So Terence McKenna, and just this brilliant personality. And watching this lady last night, I was laughing my head off, and not at her, you know, with her. She's the funniest sort of, it's brilliant. Like, I hope I can mature into such a hilariously exquisite persona when I'm a little older, you know. It was just brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to attach that as well. She's been sharing a lot of people's channels around, and I sometimes get this should I not share channels, you know, because sometimes I don't know the context of everything. But I think the piece that I watch and the piece that I share, whatever it is, always has relevance to me, so hopefully it has for someone else. So I'll put this piece by this lady down below, and sub to her if you're vibing. Maybe some people won't, but different strokes for different folks. I thought she was amazing. And I'm going to put MJ from All to Love's live video from this morning down, because I found all that relevant and resonated with much of it. I've had lots of thoughts and feels about colours and frequencies and crystals and things like this recently. And I'm just sitting within it instead of outwardly researching things. My throat is so dry, I can hear myself clacking. I'm going to get off now. Happy Sunday. And is anyone else feeling this intense pressure at the minute? Fucking hell. Weird. I've literally not felt like this for a long time. And now I've got to go shopping, which is the pits. But yeah, happy Sunday.